Hi, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the webinar that we have scheduled for today. Is the topic of discussion would be yoga and wellness. We have two speakers with us, Dr. Achutin Ishwar and as well as Srimati Arti Padmanabhan, and they will be taking us through this webinar series. And as you know, it's been an endeavor of Namma Bengaluru Foundation to bring health and wellness as a topic because we had the pandemic before this. And I think in the last couple of years, we've been more focused on health and wellness like never before. And today we would like to bring about this topic of health and wellness and also nutrition, which is very important for a healthy body as well as for a healthy mind and also for physical fitness. And I invite Ms. Mansi from Lahe Lahe. Very good evening, Mansi. And she will introduce the speakers to us today, and she will take this forward. We'll have the session split into brackets of 20, 20, and 20. And we will have a Q&A at the end. So please do keep your questions, or you can actually type them in the chat box. And then we will unmute you and you could ask your questions. Yeah, Mansi.
Thank you, Mr. Vinod, firstly for organizing this webinar and inviting Lahe Lahe to be a part of it. For some of you who may not know about Lahe Lahe, it's an art and expression space in Indranagar. We started about 6 years back, and it's an initiative by Edifice Labs. And Lahe Lahe is an Assamese phrase meaning slowly, slowly. We firmly believe that we need to slow down to create more. Our aim is to bring expression back to the community through movement, sound, theater, words, images, and any other forms to encourage the sharing of these expressions by providing the necessary resources to exhibit and inspire. It's a community art space, so it's not restricted only for artists. The idea is that we want to bring art into the everyday lives of everyday people. People like you and me who may have day jobs or are homemakers or students. We get so busy with our day-to-day life, get to just be. Art, hobbies, they're just not meant only when we are kids, but required for each one of us, be it through visual art, poetry, music, dance, pottery, body movement, theater, storytelling, comedy, and beyond. We have workshops, performances, meetups, so you can learn, teach, engage with like-minded people, and just watch. If you want to know more about us, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Live Lahe Lahe, or else you can reach out at the phone number which is listed in our website. I would like to introduce you now to our first speaker, Arti Padmanabhan. She's a postgraduate in international business with specialization in HR and finance. Is a yoga teacher, student, and facilitator in yogic sciences for over 2 decades. She's been teaching yoga for 15 years at various yoga studios and wellness centers. She teaches Hatha Yoga, Vinyasa, Astanga Yoga, Yin Yoga, pre- and postnatal yoga, pranayam, and mindful meditation classes across Bangalore. She has her certifications from the Yoga Alliance School and is a founder of Padma Yoga Academy. The focus of her sessions are on health, wellness, and healing. She also teaches corporate desktop yoga, which I think is the need of the hour, especially since the pandemic, because most of our work is happening through online, through our desktops, and blends it beautifully with stress management workshops, mindfulness, and sound meditations. At present, she also offers teacher training programs in Hatha Yoga, Pranayama, Yin Yoga, and prenatal yoga, and Garbha from Padma Yoga Academy across Bangalore and other cities. I would like to welcome Aarti now, and she'll give us some.
Thank you so much, Mansi. Thank you, Vinod, for inviting me here over this beautiful presence of, participants out here. And it's been a pleasure, speaking at this forum. Something which is very close to my heart over a period of years. We live yoga, we love yoga, and yoga is there in our blood. So I would like to say that even though people are not coming from a yogic background, I would say that we are also not from a yogic background, but It's only time which has put us across to this particular science and art. And we are happy and fortunate to have received this wisdom from our gurus. And we would like to share some of those knowledge and experiences that we have acquired over a period of years. So today we, as the focus, Mr. Vinod has mentioned, lies on COVID practices. As a prelude to either people suffering from COVID, or else people having mild symptoms, or probably the severity of COVID is to an extent that it is, unbearable. So keeping all the degrees of COVID in mind, we will be looking at practices, very simple practices, right from restorative as well as healing practices to a mind-related practice, which we will try and see if we can squeeze it all in a span of 20 minutes or so. Feel free, if you have any questions, to probably jot it down at the end of the session. You could point it out to me. As well as if you feel at any point of time you would like to slow down in the practice since you've not practiced for a while, you're also free to mention that to me in a chat message, or probably you can ask for clarifications on a chat by typing it out. I would request everybody to switch on their videos so that we could see your practice, and probably I could guide you from there onwards. If you have a yoga mat, if you do not have one, that's fine. You can sit on any soft surface down towards the floor, maybe a mat, which is not very hard to practice. If you have knee conditions, you could sit on probably a couch or a sofa. We won't be doing too elaborate practices that could probably be very, intrinsic in terms of the details of the practice. Sit in whatever position is comfortable, either sitting on a chair with the legs down, or you're sitting in a cross-leg position in Sukhasana, the easy pose. Start rolling the shoulders out, relax the spine, place your palms on your knees. Keep your chin parallel to the floor with an upturned face, eyes softly closed. Keep relaxing the body as you take a few moments here to bring in that stillness to the space around you. Notice the different changes across your body parts. Relax any movements that is possible now between your limbs and remain still. Connecting and getting rooted towards the earth. Start observing the base of the body. As you rise the energy upwards, move that energy from the base of the body to the eyebrow center. Back from the eyebrow center to the base of the body. Notice the shift in your breathing as you gently channelize the breath to both nostrils. Inhale slowly. Exhale deep. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Start focusing at the eyebrow center. We begin by chanting Om 3 rounds. Breathe in deeply. Feel the whole body. Mindfully relax. Very gently blink open your eyes whenever you're ready. Release this posture and come down on your knees. Keeping your knees together, you extend both the arms out from the side, stretch the arms, and you start to bend forward in Shashankasana. Roll the spine down and drop the head inwards as you start supporting your lower body towards the floor and extending your upper body towards the front of your chest. Stay here, hold this posture for about 5 breaths. Keep breathing out as you compress your abdomen and feel the stretch from the sides of your ribcage as you relax slowly into this posture and start observing your breath very slowly. Stay here, breathe, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more breath, inhale and exhale. Slowly relax, look in between your palms. Inhale, come up, rise the body up. Separate your knees apart, keeping your arms in line with your shoulders. Tuck your tailbone with a neutral spine. Inhale, depress the spine, lift the chest up, arch the back nicely. Exhale, start to round your spine, tuck your tailbone in, drop the body down, chin to chest. Inhale, push your hips out, chest lifted up, lengthen the arms, lengthen the shoulder blades. Exhale, start to round your upper back, mid back, lower back. Continue this movement, few rounds. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Keep addressing your entire spinal muscles. Breathe out. Last time, breathe in and breathe out. Release. Come back to a neutral spine. Join your knees together. Sit in Vajrasana if it is comfortable. If this is difficult position, sit in a cross-leg posture. Take your arms to the sides. Drop your right palm across the right side of the body. Stretch the left arm towards the ceiling and twist. Hold it here for 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to center. Change arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twist towards the other side. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Repeat this movement one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch and we hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back. Change sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. The opposite side. Lengthen and twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly back to center. Take both the arms out. Release them down to the floor. Would like you to come up to a standing position. Come to a standing posture. I hope everybody can see me. Alright. Keep your feet separated, hip-width distance apart. Take your hands across your waist. Roll the shoulders back. Take a gentle back bend here. Ardha Chakrasana. As you push your hips forward, lift the chest and bend back. Hold this position. If you feel your neck is stiff, you can keep looking forward and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back to center, straight spine. Close your eyes, just observe your breath. Feel the breath rising and falling out. Around your ribcage, around your diaphragm. Repeat this movement 2 more rounds. Breathe in, take your hands on your hips. Breathe out, send your hips forward, lift the shoulders and chest. Look back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Take your forward bend, Ardha Uttanasana, as you keep lengthening the spine to look ahead of you. Hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back slowly to a starting position. Join your feet together. We take a balancing posture, the tree pose. Use a wall for support if you are feeling difficulty in balancing. Lift your right leg, place the heel to the groin of the inner thigh. Keep your hands across your waist. Beginners can stay here. If you have been practicing yoga for a while, you can take any hand position that I would instruct. Bring your palms to the heart center or take your arms up towards the ceiling. Choose any hand variation that you are comfortable and would like to explore, staying there a little longer. Hold the posture. 1. Keep breathing. 2, 3, that's good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep stretching the sides of your body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring your hands down. Release the right leg down. Change sides. Pick up your left knee closer to your chest. Fix the foot against the opposite leg. Find your balance by engaging the toes of the standing leg. Keep your hands across your hips. Lengthen the chest here. You could choose to stay here or bring your palms to the heart center. Hold the position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep pushing the knee out sideways. Lengthen the spinal muscles without tensing the neck or the shoulders. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hands down. Breathe out. Release the posture. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly relax. Come down on your knees. We practice Ushtrasana, the camel pose. Drop your knees down on the floor. You can tuck your toes in at the back. Roll the shoulders back. If you are beginners, I show you variation. Same practice that we did in standing. Pushing your hips forward, lifting the chest and bend. If your shoulders are open enough, take the right arm, place the arm across the heel or the ankle of the foot, and the left arm goes back, holding the heel or the ankle. If one arm or both arms are difficult, hands on your hips. Otherwise, take one hand at a time and take the other arm behind. Look up and stay. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release the arms. Relax. Sit in Vajrasana. Take a moment here to feel the breath. Feel the chest expansion. Feel that release of tension around your head space. Relaxes your nervous system. Brings in calmness, reduces anxiety. Keep exploring these changes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe. Gently lie down flat on your abdomen. Practice Bhujangasana, keeping your palms beside your chest. Keep your toes pointing back. Drop the head or shoulders slightly away from your collarbones. Inhale and exhale here once. Breathe in. Lift your spine few inches off the floor. Keep observing your lower back muscles. Stay here. Keep your elbows slightly bent. Bring them closer to your ribcage. And look forward. Stay in this posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest here. Come down. Relax. Breathe out slowly. Repeat this practice one more time. Bhujangasana, the cobra pose. Inhale, come up, lengthen the chest. Breathe in here. Look forward or look up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Drop the body down. Relax. Keep your palms on top of each other. Turn your cheek any one side. Relax the body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Turn around and lie down on your back. We practice Matsyasana, the fish pose. Lift your hips up, turn your palms below the hips. Keep your legs together. Prop up your elbows. Keep the crown of the head down towards the floor and stretch. Stay here. Hold the position. Keep expanding your chest. Keep relaxing your shoulders. Lengthen the neck muscles. Face is relaxed. Keep your focus at the tip of your nose or your eyebrow center. Stay here. Watch your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly relax. Lift your head and chest up. Release the chin down. Relax your arms. Breathe in. And breathe. Bend both the knees. Turn to any one side to sit up. Come to a seated posture comfortably. We practice one pranayama in the interest of time. At the end of the practice, I will probably give you a list of practices that you could choose to do. For now, comfortably sit down in any cross-leg position, Sukhasana, Siddhasana or Padmasana if you're comfortable. Rest your hands across your knees. Relax your body. Softly close your eyes, listen to the instructions as we practice. Anulom Vilom Pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. Allow the mind to be steady, feeling that stillness on the body. Turning yourself inwards as you begin to observe the breath. Feel the breath through both nostrils equally. Practice begins with the right arm. Keep your left hand in Chin Mudra, thumb and index finger pressed at fingertips. Use your thumb and your ring finger for practice. Close the second and third finger in. Closing your right nostril, breathe in through the left nostril. Closing the left nostril with the ring finger, breathe out through the right. Inhale through the right nostril. Block the breath, exhale through the left. Continue this movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue, repeat this practice for about 9 rounds. On your own. As you keep moving the breath from one nostril to another, feel the transition of the breath. Fill up the lungs completely as you breathe in. Empty the lungs completely as you breathe out. Continue. explore the possibility of the expansion of your chest as you provide more and more oxygen into the lungs. Keeping that full respiration. And as you exhale, focus on relaxing the breath. Please continue the last 3 rounds with deeper awareness. Inhaling deeply through the left, exhaling slowly through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Connect with the subtle breaths in the next few practices. Make this your last round as you release on the left side. Relax. Drop your hands down, keep your eyes closed, focus on the breath. Keep connecting with our exhalations. We end with Bhramari Pranayama, the humming bee sound. Plug your ears with your thumb, keeping the other 4 fingers on top of the head. Widen your shoulders. Breathe in here, 3 rounds of the practice. Inhale. Relax. Stay with the vibrations. Mindfully exhale. Take your hands behind you. Hold the left wrist with your right palm. Bend forward. Inhale, rise up. Join your palms to the heart center. We end with 1 round of Om, followed by Om Shanti Shanti. Breathe in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bow forward, thanking this body and Mother Earth for today's practice. Inhale, rub the palms evenly, create a warmth around them. Place this energy across your eyeballs. Bring them all over your face. 1 more round of palming. Spread that warmth to any part of the body where you want to feel the healing. Back, shoulders, arms and legs. Place it in your heart center. Blink open your eyes and look into your palms. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Aarti, I'm sure this will be very helpful for a lot of people who joined us here today. So thank you so much. Now I would like to invite the second speaker, Dr. Achyutan Ishwar. He is a lifestyle medicine physician and social entrepreneur. Inspired by his grandparents' miraculous recovery from diabetes and hypertension, he has dedicated his life to make health easy for you and your family. He is the co-founder of Nutrition Science In, online learning platform for plant-based nutrition, and Sampoornaahar.com, India's first whole food plant-based social enterprise. Through these initiatives, he and his team are redesigning the healthcare ecosystem. Instead of rushing to the hospital after you fall sick, it is now easy to prevent falling sick in the first place. Today, India's top killer is heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. They have been accepted as normal. Research has shown that most of our chronic disease burden may be avoidable with a healthy enough diet and lifestyle. It is time to go back to our roots and enjoy longer, healthier lives with our families, eating our favorite foods with evidence-based nutrition. And I have first-hand experience because I've been ordering from Sampoorna Ahar since the last 1.5 years. Some yummy and healthy food. It's possible for healthy food to be yum as well. So I'd like to invite Dr. Achyutan Ishwar to speak about a healthy nutrition. Yes, doctor, you can start.
I think, doctor, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you for the permission. Before I start, thank you so much, Mansi, Vinod, Lahe Lahe, and Nama Bengaluru team for this opportunity. It's fantastic to be here speaking with you tonight. And Aarti madam class, yoga class, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಕ್ಕತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಳೆನೇ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಆಚೆ. ನಿಮ್ ಲೇಔಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ ಲೇಔಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. It feels so wonderful, right? This evening, such a cool breeze wafting through the house. It feels fantastic. Perfect time for a cup of tea, plate of pakoda, or bonda soup. ನಿಮ್ ಇಷ್ಟ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಾಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. In my home, my grandmother and I are the biggest foodies. Now bitre will sit for 1 hour, just talk about food. ಈ ಪಕೋಡ, ಈ ಬಜ್ಜಿ, ಆ ಬೋಂಡ, ಈ ಮಸಾಲೆ ದೋಸೆ, ಚಿತ್ರದುರ್ಗದಿಂದ ಈ ರೆಸಿಪಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್, ಈ ತರ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. But my grandmother has a health issue. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಇದೆ. From the time I was small, ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. She'll have one box of medicines, and it was small kid going to school. I'd go to her and say, I'll give you your medicine today. And take those medicine, pop it out and give it to her. Give one glass of water, she'd drink it. It's one of my childhood memories growing up. And you know, I don't know about you, but I don't think that should be the childhood memory of any child, right? Unfortunately, today it's become normal. Every household, there is someone popping pills for some reason. And we grew up like that. And Party having diabetes, Tata having hypertension. This was all normal for us. We didn't even question it. How do our medicine okay? But then when I became a doctor, my dream was to heal people without using medicine. So I studied to become a yoga and naturopathy doctor at SDM College in Dharmasthala. And during my internship, I got a call from Amma. And she said, hey, Tata has suddenly started vomiting blood. What do we do? And I got scared. I thought, Kandita, cancer bandide, malignancy agide, some problem would have definitely happened. Let's rush into the hospital. So we called an ambulance, took him to the hospital, and he was diagnosed with internal bleeding in his stomach, which was a side effect of the anti-hypertensive medication medication, BP medication, which I've given him so many years myself. Because of that medication, now he started bleeding in his stomach. So doctors stopped that medicine. They switched to some other medicine. The blood vomiting stopped. They sent him back home. But 1 week later, once again he started vomiting blood. So back to the hospital, back home. He just kept going back to the hospital and coming for 3 weeks. And 3 weeks later, it was still continuing. It hadn't stopped. So my grandfather called me. I was in the hospital at Dharmasthala, and he said, "Look, I want a permanent solution. I don't want to live like this. Either help me to solve this once and for all. Otherwise, just let me go. I don't want to go back to the hospital for the same problem again." So we sent him and my grandmother to a yoga and naturopathy hospital. They were comfortable going to Coimbatore. So we sent them to the Pavitra Nature and Yoga Hospital in Coimbatore. And under the guidance of Dr. Subramaniam and Dr. Pavitra, in 10 days' time, they changed their diet and lifestyle and completely transformed their health. My grandfather's BP came down from 180 by 100 down to 120 by 80. My grandmother's sugar levels, 300 in the 100 ge bantu. Both of them lost 10 kgs of weight. When they came back home, we were like, who are these two people? Completely different, full of energy, so active, walking up and down the stairs, no knee pain, no tiredness in the morning. It's like they had aged backwards, become 10 years younger. And all our relatives came home and said, wow, this is a miracle. You have done something, some magic. And I told them, this is not a miracle. Even you can do it. It's very simple. You just have to follow a healthy diet and lifestyle ashte. But there was a problem. Particularly ಇರೋ ತನಕ 10 ದಿವಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಗಂಜಿ, ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವೆಜಿಟಬಲ್ಸ್, ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕಿಂಗ್, ನೋ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಲೈಫ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? 90% of the people that I was watching at hospitals also had the same problem. They would come to naturopathy hospital, Ayurveda center, health retreat, health resort, go on a vacation. In 10 days, they'd lose 10 kgs of weight, reverse diabetes, reverse hypertension, reverse heart disease, bring the weight down, feel amazing. Then they go back home, put on 15 kgs and come back the next year to the same place. So we decided that this is the problem that I would like to solve. And we created a clinic called PHP Lifestyle Clinic, started doing consultations, workshops, cooking classes. And then we created a website called nutritionscience.in, where we had a master class, we had a free recipe course with 200 recipes, and we taught hundreds of people how to eat a healthier diet based on scientific research for traditional Indian recipes, because that's what we want, right? Eshte scientific research aagli, bisibele baat andre bisibele baate beku. So how do you make it healthy? That's what we focused on. So we had people coming back and telling us, hey, my sugar level has come down, my BP has dropped. I used to have a lot of knee pain. Now I'm able to walk easily outside for an hour. There is no pain. I feel great. Back pain kammi agide. Namma amma, namma appagu health improve agide. Nam full family are so much healthier now. Adre there was one more problem that we faced. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ನಾವು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಕುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಡೆಲಿವರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಲೈಫ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಆಹಾರ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ whole food plant-based social enterprise, where we cook and deliver whole food plant-based meals, snacks and sweets and goodies and bakes, bakery goods like breads and cakes and cookies and condiments, all 100% healthy. And we even give you all of these recipes for free so that you can make it at home, right? So why do we do this? What is a whole food plant-based diet? I'd like to share a little bit about that today. I'm going to be talking about two things. Number one, the scientific research about how plant-based diets can help you to avoid severe COVID and recover from COVID a lot faster. And number two, a few recipes that you can try making at home, which are absolutely delicious and absolutely healthy at the same time. So we'll start with the first one, scientific research. ಈಗ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶುಗರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು. You know that BP can be reduced. You know that weight can be dropped. But the problem is we don't know how to do it. How do we do it? Not just short term, but long term. For lifelong, how do we stay healthy? That's something we don't know. Thankfully, there has been a lot of research for many years, 40, 50, 60, 70 years plus of research, which has shown that there are foods which are capable of keeping you healthy and there are foods which are capable of making you sick. So when you move from unhealthy foods to healthy foods, every step of the way you start getting healthier. Like for example, in India today, the number one cause of death is heart disease, ischemic heart disease, cardiovascular diseases. Among that, heart attacks are the number one cause of death. Now, heart attacks are mostly preventable, treatable, and sometimes even reversible with a healthy enough diet and lifestyle. In 1991, the first study to prove this was published in the US by Dr. Dean Ornish and his colleagues. So, Dr. Dean Ornish is one of the foremost lifestyle physicians in the world. He visited India when he was practicing as a doctor. He learned yoga, got so inspired by the fantastic changes you could see that he went back to the US and created the first insurance paid cardiac rehabilitation program. So, what he did was he took people who had had a heart attack and put them into two groups. One group, he said, do what your doctor says, which they would have done anyway. Second group, he said, eat healthy and exercise and stay calm. You know, three things: food, body, and mind. Make these three changes in your lifestyle. What did he find? The people who followed their doctor's advice, like most of us, got sicker every year. The disease only progressed with time. The medications helped a lot. The surgery saved their life, but they continued getting sicker. The people who followed the diet and lifestyle to a moderate extent, the disease stopped. It just stopped in its tracks where it is. It didn't get much better, but it didn't get worse either, which is great. But in the last group, the people who followed the diet and lifestyle changes strictly, the disease actually got better. The plaques dissolved, the arteries opened up, and in 5 years' time, in more than 80% of them, it was as though they had never, they don't suffer from heart disease anymore. They were back to an almost normal state of health. So we know that these are fantastic, miraculous, almost changes. So how do we achieve these in our daily lives? What does the science say, and how is it related to COVID? Well, diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and chronic lung diseases, as well as heart disease. These 5 diseases during COVID, ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ comorbidities ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ if you don't have any of these diseases and you end up contracting COVID, then your chances of developing a severe infections are fairly low. But if you have one or more of these diseases and then you contract COVID, the chances of a severe infection or hospitalizations or even mortality is much, much higher. So if you want to protect yourself from this disease, apart from all of the steps that are the common sense steps that you need to take, like avoid contracting the disease, keep yourself safe at home with social distancing, etc. It's also important to stay healthy in the first place, to boost your immunity and fix the other chronic diseases that you might be having. That will give you fantastic protection from, in case you contract it, it will help you to reduce the risk of letting it become severe. So last year, there was a huge study published where they followed tens of thousands of people across 6 different countries and analyzed, when it comes to their diet, what are the what kind of diet gives you the best protection from COVID-19, from severe COVID-19. And what they found was no matter what you ate, you ended up catching COVID-19 at the same rate because it's an infection, right? But in the people who ate a more plant-based diet, the risk of severe COVID is as much as 73% lower, which is a huge number, 73% less risk. That's great, right? There was another study which also found similar results. People who followed a plant-based diet got amazing protection from developing severe COVID-19. You may have heard of the blue zones of the world, like Okinawa in Japan, where people routinely live long lives and they're much healthier than everyone else around them. They compared people in Okinawa versus, I think it was Taiwan, if I'm not mistaken, or Tokyo, which has a similar population, similar density, etc. And they found that people in Okinawa, because of their healthy lifestyle practices, they had a much reduced risk of developing severe COVID-19. So if your goal is to protect yourself from COVID, keep yourself healthy, keep your family healthy, and to live a longer, healthier life, a whole food plant-based diet may be one of the best steps you can take starting from today. What is this? What is whole food plant-based diet? If you translate it into Kannada, it becomes so much easier to understand. Whole food andre sampurna ahara, and plant-based diet andre sasyahara or shakahara. This means that you reduce your intake of animal foods and processed foods and maximize your intake of whole unprocessed plant-based foods. Now the dishes that you're cooking, ಈಗ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುದ್ದೆ ಸಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪಿಜ್ಜಾ ಬರ್ಗರ್ ಬೇಕಾ, ತಿನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನೂಡಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾ, ತಿನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. It's all the same. It doesn't matter what dishes you actually end up making. The only thing that matters is what ingredients you use in those dishes. Right? I'll give you an example. So I have with me one of the snacks that we make at Sampurna Ahara, and I'm going to teach you how to make it. So this is called the gatia sticks. This is a Gujarati specialty that we made. Gatia sticks usually made with besan, kadle hittu, ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಪೈಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮುರುಕು ತರ ಚಕ್ಲಿ ತರ ಸ್ಕ್ವೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು you fry it in oil, right? But this is made without a single drop of oil. How do you make it? Well, and why is oil unhealthy? Because if you take the whole plant source of the oil, like ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕಡಲೆ ಬೀಜ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ನಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, those are whole plant food, ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಸ್ಯಾಹಾರ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಣ್ಣೆನೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ and ಪೌಷ್ಟಿಕಾಂಶಗಳು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. It will have both the oil and the nutrients which protect you from the harmful effects of that oil. So ಎಣ್ಣೆಯಿಂದ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಪೌಷ್ಟಿಕಾಂಶದಿಂದ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. You get energy from the oil and protection, health from those nutrients. So when you remove the fiber, you're also removing all the nutrients. You squeeze groundnuts, you extract oil from it. You have groundnut oil and the groundnut fiber separately. It's called oil cake. So groundnut fiber separately. What do? You throw away the fiber, consume the oil. That's an unhealthy food because you have lost the nutrition of the groundnut. And you're only consuming the fat portion. So ade enne ನೀವು heat ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, it gets even worse. It forms a lot of chemicals, naturally present chemicals, which contribute to a higher risk of disease. So if you're frying this in oil or ghee or butter or dalda or any form of refined or animal fat, then this is not a healthy food to eat. But the same gatia sticks, you make the same batter, right? You instead of using oil, you grind up some coconut or groundnut, right? And you mix it into the dough. It'll still taste quite fatty because the oil is there in those groundnuts. And then you bake it in an oven. Like you bake it to a nice crisp, and it's super duper delicious. It tastes just like your regular gatia sticks, but it's so much healthier. Try it out at home. Pakoda madbodu, bhaji, bonda soup, whatever you like making, any fried foods, try baking it in an oven instead. That's my tip number 1. I'm going to be sharing 5 tips today. That's the first tip. Now, tip number 2 is how to make sweets that are healthy. So this is a bottle of flaxseed B12 laddus from Sampurna Ahara. Now these are fortified with vitamin B12 that you may not be able to do at home, but everything else you can, and you can make so many other sweets like this, right? So this is made just with flax seeds, and powder it in your mixie, and then add some dates to it, just regular dates. Yav dates ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೋ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆ ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಬೀಜ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಆ ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಿಕ್ಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು pulse it, make it into a nice smooth dough, and then just roll it out into balls. We coated it with some flaxseed powder and it's ready. Ashte 2 ingredients. You can make badam laddu, cashew laddu, cashew pista rolls. You can make payasam, halwa. You can make all kinds of delicious delicacies, sweets, without using any sugar, any jaggery, no honey also, no artificial sweeteners, just dry fruits. Dry fruit laddu tindirtire, but use the same dry fruits to sweeten all your other dishes. Then you get the sugar, but you also get the fiber and the nutrients in those dry fruits, like this dry fruit, like this flaxseed laddu. That's number 2. Number 3 is the first step of healthy eating is not to avoid unhealthy foods, but to add more healthy foods to your diet. ಈಗ ಡೈರಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕುಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಫುಡ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಡೈಲಿ ಒಂದ್ 3 ಬಾಳೆಹಣ್ಣು ತಿನ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ? ಈಸಿ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. Just buy some bananas, keep it at home and eat it. That's it. In fact, that's the golden number. That's the sweet spot. If you eat 3 fruits a day, you get maximum benefit from those fruits. Less than 3, you don't get enough benefit. More than 3, there's no additional benefit. 3 fruits, medium sized, is the sweet spot. So eat more fruits and more vegetables. I like to start every meal with a cup of fruits and a cup of vegetable salad, and that's how we do it at Sampurna Ahara as well. Every meal has a fruit starter, vegetable salad, and then your palya, sambar, saru, anna, dal chawal, all of those other things come. Okay, so you could do that. Add fruits and vegetables to your meals. Tip number 4 is spend time learning about your personal nutrition. Most of the time, we make mistakes because we didn't know. Nange gottirlilla. So I just ate it, right? That's the problem. So learn about it. Learn about plant-based nutrition. You can Google it. There are so many resources available. There are online courses on nutritionscience.in. There are hundreds of other websites where you can learn plant-based nutrition. And it's simple. It's not that complicated. You can learn it in like half a day's time. You can master it completely. Okay, so Google it and learn about your personal nutrition to keep your body and your family healthy. Tip number 5, and this is an important one, right? Don't be phased out if you slip off the path sometime. This is the most important one because, and this is why I'm keeping it for the last, right? Because one ದಿವಸ ನಾವು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೆಲ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪಕೋಡ ತಿಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ತಿಂದಾಯ್ತು, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಒಂದು ತಿಂದಿದೀವಿ, ಆಯ್ತು ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತಗೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ನೋಣ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Once you slip off the path, it's difficult to get back because you feel, oh, I've already made a mistake, I'll just continue down this path. But instead of that, let's say one day you eat whatever. The next day, if you get back on track and say, okay, today I'm going to start eating healthy once again, and you always do that, always one day if you go off, the next day you come back, or the next meal you come back, then you'll be able to continue eating healthy for the rest of your life. Your regular daily practice becomes a habit. Habits become subconscious. When something becomes subconscious, you don't put any effort into it anymore, and then it becomes easy. And that's the magic word. Let's make health easy for you and your family. I hope you found this talk useful. Thank you so much once again, Nama Bengaluru and Lahe Lahe, for inviting me here. I had a fantastic time, and I hope you did too. Be blessed. Namaskara.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor, so much. And I think that was wonderful and especially very useful for all of us. And as you rightly pointed out, we need a healthy, mind, body, and soul. So at least, through the food is one thing that is actually going to, support all of us. And it was a very, very useful session for all of us. And I think we should all practice what we all say. And actually for all your guidance and the thing. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Aarti, and that was also a wonderful session. And definitely, I think most of the audience here would have been really interested. We'll also share it in our social media circle and also connect so that many people can connect with you and practice fitness. And to culminate the Yoga International Month, today being the 30th June, I think it was a wonderful culmination today of both for the fitness of the body as well as the fitness for the food. I think, you people have really nailed it. And thank you so much. Thank you, Mansi, for, putting us all together and bringing this to us. I think we'll have many more sessions like this, and it's wonderful to have all of you. I don't know if there is any questions, because I think we had an audience which was really captured into your this thing, and there's not much of very great questions coming up, but I think they understood a lot, and I hope that they will try and use this. Mansi, any last words from your side? Please do.
No, I think both Dr. Ishwar and Aarti nailed it. So all the best to all of you. Hope you found value in whatever they shared. And in case if you want to reach out to them, you can follow their Instagram handles, maybe both, or if there is any other, because I'm not sure everybody will be on Instagram or not. So maybe if phone numbers or email IDs, if Aarti or Dr. Ishwar wants to share, they can share them here. If anybody wants to reach out to Lahe Lahe, you can. One more thing, since doctor is already here, we have a whole plant potluck every first Saturday of the month in collaboration. Like Sampoorna Ahar conducts it at Lahe Lahe every first Saturday. So if any of you who would want to actually come and learn more about whole plant nutrition, you're welcome to come. And yeah, it will be, so you there also you can have your questions. Otherwise, you can reach out to either doctor or Aarti.
Sure. Thank you, Mansi. Thank you.
Vinod for doing this session and inviting Lahe to be a part of it.
Yeah, this was a different session. Usually we are on the environment, civic and other issues of Bangalore, but we are talking about the better issues and one's health, which is of primemost importance. And I think that's very, very important for all of us to, practice our own health, which should be the priority, which we all forget in the scheme of things of our daily life. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Ishwar. That was really good. And thank you, Aarti. And we hope to reach out to you and see you soon in another episode maybe, and also to the audience here. Thank you so much. Thank you.